I took care of everything.
Right.
Houses in my name, bills in my name, cars in my name. I'm putting food in the refrigerator. I'm paying all the bills by myself because they was like, don't let a man do nothing.
Right.
Hey, you wanna buy this for me? You sure?
Right.
I ain't saying you ain't got money to buy me a McDonald's meal, but you sure you got it? People talk about femininity. They take it as a sense of like being submissive, and that's not.
It's more to it.
Yeah, it's not about you just laying there taking whatever is given to you.
Right.
And as a feminine also leads, but she leads in a different way.
Our mother said something one day to someone, stop letting people in your womb. And when she said that, the woman said, well, I haven't been sexual with that person. She said, I'm in your mind.
Yeah.
Hey y'all, this is Healing Honey, and we're back with another video today. Today we'll be talking about turning your pain into power. And today we're here with Autumn. And Autumn is my spiritual sister. We met in the spiritual community. So Autumn, tell them a little bit about yourself.
So, my name's Autumn. I don't know. I never really know what exactly to say about myself.
I mean, who are you? What do you do? What are your gifts? How do you give back to humanity?
Yo, I kid you not. When everyone asks me that question, I always sit there and be like, what an odd thing to say. Because I always feel like when I talk about myself, that it seems almost as if like I'm boasting, but I'm not. Specifically because I do a lot of things. Okay. I have quite a bit of certifications. I had a lot of training on a lot of things. So when I'm like, when I'm listening to stuff, it's like a movie trailer.
Ain't nothing wrong with that though.
Okay, so I'm a spiritualist.
Yes.
I am a healer. I am a doula.
Okay.
I'm a yoga instructor.
Yes.
I'm a baker. I'm a registered behavior technician. What else do I do? I don't know if I would consider myself an activist or a philanthropist, but I be in a community. I be in the streets.
Okay.
Of Houston.
Okay.
Slanging peace.
Slang peace. Okay.
Slanging peace.
Okay.
Because my whole thing is about people growing mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. And I just try to create a safe space for people to do so. Because being out in the spiritual community, a lot of people like to think that everyone has good character and everyone is honest and everyone's trying to be helpful.
Yeah.
And that's not always the case. However, everyone has a role to play, and that's where I come in.
That's right.
Because I'm like, oh no, let me show you what it's really supposed to be like. Let me show you what we do. And yeah, I'm the founder of Casa de Aguas Dulces, which is a nonprofit. I know I'm forgetting a lot of.
It's okay. We're gonna run it back at the end. We're gonna run it back at the end.
But my biggest thing is just being of servitude to the community as well as spirit.
Yes.
That's like the simplest way I can put it. Just trying to tend to spirit, trying to help people connect with their spirits and be the best that they can be.
I say. Okay. So going into this.
Okay.
When did you start your healing journey?
I would say when I started like being fully aware of it and actually doing the work. And this is gonna sound so crazy, but I feel like a couple years ago.
Okay.
I feel like a couple years ago. I mean, because I always knew there's things I had to heal from and things I needed to work on.
Yes.
But I never did the work.
Okay.
I was really big on trying to push certain experiences to the back of my mind.
Okay.
Trying to forget. I'm not gonna lie to you. Your girl thought about electroshock therapy to forget.
Okay.
I thought about hypnotism.
Okay.
To forget a lot of things. But it wasn't until I want to say when I opened Casa de Aguas Dulces back in 2021 is when I really was like, all right, let me do stuff for the community. And then it just slowly trickled into, you gotta heal from this, because I can't help people heal if I don't do the work myself.
Yes.
And that was one of the biggest things I noticed when I was back in like high school, was like, I'm a vessel. I knew that back in high school that I was a vessel, because of the things I had to go through to help other people. But as time progressed, now I really see exactly what that means and what it looks like.
Being a vessel, I feel that you have to be that example first.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm in a point in my life right now where I want to show people, for you to be able to give this type of service or do this with your life, you got to be that example first. So going into, when did you notice that you needed some things to heal?
I knew this. I gotta speak it better than y'all. I noticed. I would say I noticed in my last longest relationship, because we talked about children, and I was always real big on, I want to mentally, emotionally be in a space to be able to have children. And given that I have a lot of sexual trauma, I was like, I need to work through this, so that way when I do have a child, I'll be able to bond with my child.
Yes.
Right? Breastfeeding is a form of bonding, and I was like, where I was at, and still working through, but a lot better than where I was, of like, okay, I wouldn't have a problem with doing something that is sacred with my child and something that is natural. But that is when I really was like, okay, you need to heal from these things, especially because a lot of things that I went through stopped me from being intimate with my partner. And I was like, I don't want to feel like that. And so after that relationship ended, another relationship ended, I sat there and I'm like, okay, you really need to buckle down and do the work, because it is going to come a point where you're going to have a husband, you're going to have children. You won't even allow yourself to be intimate with anyone.
Right.
And so how is that going to work in a marriage? You can't take this trauma and kind of just like carry it and wear it and expect another person to like. It's nice to think that a person will always be there for you and love you and stuff, but it's like, it gets to a point where it's like, okay, you got to do something with it, because I'm not going to carry it. And I was like, all right, let me do that.
Right.
You know, and plus I realized a long time ago, but especially like to really see it in the forefront of like, spirit will not give you certain things or put you in certain places when you're not ready. And it's like, you need to do a lot of work. You've done great work, we don't applaud you for that, but you got some more stuff that you just touching surface level. We need to really get into that deep root, so that way you can then do what you need to do. Because and then also, since I was a person that stopped crying, I think I stopped crying in middle school. I was like, that's not normal. Like you not connected to yourself emotionally. You can't fully show up for other people emotionally and be there for them. So
and I like how you said once you started to heal, it was other things that came up. Because I feel people think once you start your healing journey, it's just going to be one thing and it's done. I feel you open that door and a whole array of things start coming out that you didn't even know about, that you forgot about, that you thought you healed. So it's like you open that door and it's all these things.
And that was the biggest thing I used to always tell people, of like, you will think you have to heal from one thing when it's like, that's just the surface of it. It really trickles down to some more stuff, and these things will trigger something else that you forgot about. Now it's triggered, like, oh yeah, well, since we're doing this, let's look at this. And it's like, I don't want to look at that. But talking about that, going into shadow work.
So, shadow work. Let's talk about shadow work.
It's funny.
I'm going to say it's rewarding because it's like you get dragged, but it's a good dragging.
It's a good drag. It's for your better. And it's funny because when you mention it, I literally thought about this tree and how we sit in the shadow, and the sun had to shine
Look.
light on the problem.
Look.
So you can.
Yes. Yes.
Spirit always talking, but with shadow work, and I feel like too, and this is something that I went through, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people went through. When we're doing healing, we'll get to a point, and we'll be like, well, I don't know how to heal from this. I don't know what to do anymore. So I'm just gonna stay here,
Right.
or I'm just gonna go back to where I came from. I'm gonna go back the other direction.
Right.
And shadow work, it is, it's a necessity. It's something too that when you actively walk through it, you get through it so much easier. And that was the thing. Like, speaking of the breakup that I had earlier, that triggered me, and I did a lot of shadow work with that, and it was so sucky. I was at my altar crying. I would go to the ocean and I would cry. I would be in my car, I would cry, and I'm like, I don't want to. But then it's like I asked for their guidance and also to grant me clarity on these things. And I was able to really get through, and I looked back, I was like, oh, that wasn't so bad.
It's never, I promise you, it's never as bad as we feel it is.
Yeah.
It's never like, I know you experience different, you know, trips, shroom trips, and I feel shrooms is a tool for us to tap into the subconscious and the shadow side.
Yeah.
And I feel when you're on that shroom trip, you have no other choice but to deal with it.
Yeah.
It's like, it's your ego and your spirit going back and forth with each other, but it's up to you to know that this is just an experience.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, I actually never did a shroom trip.
Why did I think you've done a shroom trip? Are you serious?
Never did a shroom trip.
I can't tell.
I've microdosed. I didn't start microdosing until 2023.
Okay.
Or 24, actually. And I've only microdosed probably 5 times.
Okay.
But as far as the actual shroom trip, I never done one, only because I was like, I want to get through it. I want to be able to walk through it, so the way, because there's people who don't want to experiment.
Of course.
Like that. So like, I want to be able to give them the tips that I learned from doing it myself. But then also too, I didn't want to do a shroom trip because I wanted to have a good experience on shrooms.
I mean, I can say I experienced both. I experienced shroom trips where I didn't cry at all. Shroom trips, I'm smiling and happy. Shroom trips, I'm having happy crying tears.
Yeah.
And I also experienced trips where I'm over here screaming and crying. So it's two sides. And I feel, I do feel the light, well, I should say the sun and the moon do affect what kind of trip you have.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Yeah. And so that was one of the reasons, many reasons why I never did it.
Okay.
I never did. And then also too, I'm very intentional about who I do things with.
Of course.
And I feel like when I do a lot of stuff, I like to do it by myself. Because I don't really ask for a lot of, like, I want the guidance from spirit. And I feel like when I do certain things or open up for people to assist me with something, they try to, like, you need to do this, you need to do this. And it's like, but that's not what spirit is telling me. You telling me something completely opposite, and you kind of like messing up the vibe right now. And then also, I'm quite meditative because, again, I dive into prayer a lot. And so when I'm talking to spirit, people like to talk to me.
Okay.
I can't talk to you in the middle of my prayer. Because I'm sitting there, I used to take people to the water with me. I'd be sitting there praying, and they talk to me, I'm like, it's like, bro, please, let me get it out.
Look, they don't be knowing.
So I do a lot of stuff. That's another reason why I haven't done like a shroom trip as well. Because it's like, I'm going to be talking my ear off.
I mean, I can understand that. And I'm not saying, people have to do shrooms to be able to heal. But I know that it was a tool for me. And I know that when I first started, I went in. Like,
Yeah.
it wasn't like I was
Shrooms are
scared.
beautiful.
Yeah, it wasn't like I was
Yeah.
scared, but it was, I don't want to go into this with any expectations. So
Okay.
let me go into this
Yeah.
with free. Let me go into
Yeah.
this not expecting anything
Yeah.
good or bad. So I remember us being on the beach and me seeing all these things in my third eye, different colors, different shapes, feeling like the sand was moving and stuff. The moon being this close, and it's like, it really breaks you out of the illusion of the matrix. It really breaks you out of what you think reality is.
Yeah, and I love shroom. Again, I've microdosed, and I love the experience I had with microdosing. And I'm a very sensitive person.
Yes.
So I started off with, I think, maybe 50 milligrams. So way less than a traditional microdose.
That's not bad though. That's not bad.
And so then I worked my way up to 50. Then I worked my way up to 100. Then I worked my way up to 200, because 500, I want to say, is an actual like microdose, a traditional microdose. And so I'm working my way up to that before I jump straight into doing a gram. Because I'm like, I felt things with 50 milligrams.
And it's crazy because some people can't feel it. Like, some people don't get the full effect just off a little.
Yeah, and that was the thing. People always say, oh, you're not going to feel nothing. I said, I did feel something.
And that's crazy.
I was like, I felt it.
Right.
And then I was like, once I got my anxiety in check and received messages, then I moved up.
That's good.
And now I done got to a point where I'm comfortable. Spirit's like, you about to do a gram.
Yeah.
You about to do a gram. You're not gonna feel nothing no more. You ain't got no choice.
Yeah.
But to get in.
For real.
So.
For real. Okay. So, was there a point on your healing journey where you feel like you was playing victim or being victim?
I don't think I was playing victim, because I always sit there, and I've always, so in middle schools when I lived in a military household, and I was always told, like, there's either excuses or reasons.
Okay.
And excuses are like buttholes, everyone has them, right? And so that whole playing the victim thing, it was never really in me, but that really like put into like place of, I am the reason for a lot of things. Yes, people may play a part, but it does come back to me because of free will.
Yes.
And then also every decision has a consequence. So I feel like a lot of things that I had experienced within the spiritual community was because of me.
Okay.
Because I've ignored my discernment. I've ignored what Spirit told me. And those are the two main things. I've ignored it. I've ignored. However, it's on me to either take those experiences and learn from it, or to sit and cry about it.
Right.
And like I told you, I was in connection with my emotions, so I was like, I'm not about to cry about nothing. It is what it is. And again, I'm really big on, since being the whole vessel, this is something that I had to experience so that I can educate others or help others, be like, hey, you might want to listen, whatever your spirit is telling you, do that.
Yes.
Don't look at what everybody else doing.
Yes.
What is your spirit telling you? And I used to get a lot of flack about that. People would be like, you never stay around, you always leave early.
Right.
And I'm like, because I know what I'm feeling, and I know what spirit is telling me.
Right.
That's why I'm leaving. It don't matter that y'all aren't doing anything criminal or anything that's bad, but my spirit don't want me a part of whatever about to happen next. I don't need to see it. I don't need to have my energy intertwined with it.
Right. Okay, I see that. Ooh. How did you work through your triggers once you started your healing journey?
I've tried journaling.
Okay.
Journaling helped. Again, prayer. I sound like a little Christian when I say that.
Okay, so what are your spiritual beliefs, if you don't mind?
I believe that there is truth in everything.
Yes.
I feel like there's so many similarities between so many different religions and practices. Now, I am in the Lukumi tradition, but I believe there's truth in everything, and I'm always looking to learn more and gain an understanding, because my whole thing is just seeking knowledge.
That's what it's about.
And so I grew up Southern Baptist. I tried to go the Catholicism route, and they were great, but they just wasn't feeding my spirit. I felt like I needed more. And so I just went on a whole journey. I've learned so much about different traditions because I come across so many people in different traditions that they share their beliefs with me. And yeah, so I sit in prayer a lot. I always pray for guidance. And that has been my answer to everything.
Okay.
That has helped me through working through my triggers, on top of journaling, on top of, for me, spending time in nature, on top of concocting spiritual baths and teas in the kitchen to assist me on the spiritual side of things. I've tried a little bit of everything to help me work through the triggers, but more importantly, like talking to my ancestors, because I always ask them to help me, to grant me clarity, and to also grant me peace to be able to see things clearly. So,
since we're talking about triggers, was there a time on your journey where you ever had to isolate from people, from friends, from families, from social media?
I isolate all the time.
Me too.
I only because that is, I don't isolate myself from people because I just don't want to be around people. I isolate myself from people because I like peace.
Yes, peace.
I like peace. And when I tell you, I'm always intentionally and unintentionally channeling. And spirit is always talking to me. I'm always getting, because being out in nature, that's where my people are. And so I like to be out there and receive whatever wisdom and knowledge that spirit has to give me. But given that when people are with me, they like to talk. They like to talk. And it's like, we can breathe for a second. We can sit here. Let's play the quiet game. And it made it very difficult for me to try to focus on myself because I have other people trying to pour their stuff into me and like get information. They want to receive messages, and it's like I'm literally trying to work through something right now.
Right.
And I can't because I'm having to tend to you. So that's one of the primary reasons why I isolate myself. Because it's like, in my mind, I'm always thinking. I'm always like, how can I improve? What can I improve from? Because I feel like every day, you should strive to be better. Every day, either work on a trigger, try to heal from it, or if you complete that, work on another one. And so that requires me to isolate myself. And I think spirit just isolates me from people anyways, because no matter where I go, it's always gonna be somebody. I done heard when I used to drive Uber, I heard things I shouldn't have heard about people's lives.
And that comes into you being who you are and you being connected to spirit. A lot of people feel open to tell you personal things.
But they are so open, and it's everyone. It's people that you would have never. That's why I tell people, like, even though I'm not a Christian and even though my belief is my belief, Christians be really talking to me. And they be really wanting to understanding, and they want to tap more into spirit. And that was something that I had to learn because it would always trigger me. That people would constantly talk to me when I'm out and about. Mind my business. Stand in the corner. I'm in the corner in the dark. And y'all find me like I'm a little glow stick.
Cause you are.
Yo. I'm trying to hide. How y'all find me?
You can't hide the light.
Oh my goodness. And that would trigger me all the time. And I like to say that I'm a very kind and compassionate person. I am nice, although I can be a little harsh, but it's out of love. But it would literally trigger me that people would just be talking. I'm like, bro, there's 50 million loving people up in this room.
Right.
And you talking to me.
Yeah.
I promise you I'm not by myself. I promise you I'm not bored. And I would kind of like, I wouldn't be short with my responses, but I would really try to like hurry up and get them out of my face.
Okay.
And that was a trigger for me. It's like, damn, I can't sit here by myself. I'm trying to talk. I'm trying to relax.
But what's crazy is when you said it's like you was a glow stick.
Yeah.
I remember when we first started our healing journey, going places and everybody's staring. Yeah. And we're wondering, why are people staring?
Yeah.
And it used to irritate us too. It's like, what are y'all looking at? But we had to realize they see something.
Yeah.
It's something that they see. It's something that they're drawn to.
Yeah.
So I can understand that. I can understand.
And it was to the point to where it would come up in so many readings, so many divinations. You need to put honey on your tongue so you can be sweet with your words, because your words are people. You need to calm yourself. You need to calm your Ori because you're low temper. And I'm like, bro, I am fine when I'm by myself. Please.
See, and I feel that's something else on our journey that we get used to. We get used to being isolated. We get used to being in silence, and because it brings so much peace.
Yeah.
Like I talked about how I went years. I had to take a moment away from my parents because I had to work on some triggers.
Yeah.
But it felt so peaceful just to be in your own energy, just to be in your own mind frame.
Yeah.
So I can understand that.
Yeah, and that was the thing, like, I had to do a lot of, that's what I'm healing from now. And Spirit told me this because I also got to the point where I used to think people just would come around me to, like, because of course people always like, oh, energy vampires. And so I'm like, I don't want to be around, but like, why are they buying me? Like, what do they want from me? And Spirit was all like, they're not trying to take anything from you. Right. They just want to be around you. That's it.
Okay.
Like, that is it. It is nothing deeper than that. They just want to be around you. And being that's a part of, you know, my calling is to help people. You got to talk to people. So get over this whole thing of, oh, I don't want to talk to people. I don't even want to myself.
That used to be me.
And it's like, these people are not going to hurt you because you got, you know, people may have taken advantage of you, taken you for granted. People may have used and abused you, but that is not everyone. MO. Everyone is not trying to do that to you. So heal from that, because you out here acting like a little wild pit bull, barking at everybody that just wants someone to listen to them, who wants compassion, who wants empathy, and they're trying to heal, and they're looking at you like, hey, can you help me? And you sit there, and I'm right now. And it's like, you know.
So let's talk about how when you start your healing journey, how you feel like you have to help heal everybody.
Because it's like, look at my trophy. Now let me help you get your trophy. And that was the hardest pill to swallow, was that, number one, not everyone is a healer for the community. Some people are a healer for themselves, or they're a healer for their close circle. It's a whole different ball game to try to help other people.
It is.
Because, and then even with that, you have to realize you can't help everyone, especially if they don't want to be helped. And that was the hardest thing, because I've come across people who I know they need healing. They know they need healing. Their mama know they need healing. Jesus know they need healing. And I'm sitting here trying to help them, and they are just snipping at me as if I'm like hurting them and causing them harm. But it's really like you're trying to force someone to do something. And that will end up making you look like you are the villain, even though your intentions are good. And it was just so funny because, again, I look at different scriptures, and it's a Bible verse that talks about a loud voice or a good morning or something like that. It's like a curse to your neighbor.
Mm-hmm.
That even though you had good intentions, the
Right.
wrong time will be like a curse to somebody.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was really what I had to learn, was you can't help everybody.
Yes.
They gonna come when they are ready.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be a good example for them, because a lot of people are not going to do the work if they don't see the results.
Exactly.
So that's like being a personal trainer.
Mm-hmm.
How you going to help me? You ain't did it first.
How?
Like, and so when we look at people that talk about healing, now granted, people are always going to have something to heal from.
Yes.
No one, I mean, yeah, they may reach a point where it's like, I 100% resolved all that.
Mm-hmm.
However, for most people, it's you sit here talking about me being kind my word, but you just cussed out that man on the street
Yes.
for touching your car.
Mm-hmm.
But you gonna tell me that I didn't watch my temper?
Yes.
And that's the thing of people not leading by example. So I feel like when it comes to you really want to help people, it's not always about you telling them you need to do this, you need to do this and this. Sometimes you helping them is just leading by example.
Yes.
And it's really, that's the best gift that you can give, because people are always picking up habits, and they're picking up habits from other people. You know, when I was vegan years ago, my family talked about it.
Mm-hmm.
Years later, I'm not a vegan no more. But years later, now they want to be more plant-based. Now they're talking about vegan options.
Yeah.
And so that you gotta lead by example.
And that's usually how it goes. It usually be you would mention something or you would show something, and years later, you know, you have to let that person come around.
Yeah.
And that's something that I've learned. I've learned that I can plant seeds, but it's not up to me to force anything.
Exactly.
It's not up to me to say, let me put this in your face, this is what you should be doing.
Yeah.
You have to let that person come to the understanding and the awareness.
Yes, and that was the whole thing of you can't force anyone to do it, because you try to force someone to do something, they are going to snap at you.
Yes.
And then it's like, whoa, what are you doing? And it's like, bro, leave me alone.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like, and a good example is when someone's upset and you trying to help them calm down, let them cool off.
Yeah.
If they need your assistance, they need your guidance, they're going to ask for it. But sometimes you just being there, give them that safe space to explore on what to do.
Yes.
You never have to force anything.
That's right. And I like that you said that, because I recently watched a video. I don't know if you know who Bobby Hemmett is, but he, you know, he don't make any videos anymore, but he used to speak about the code and about, you know, Kemet and different things like that. He said, trying to awake someone before they're ready is like you putting an alarm on for yourself, but you go in there try to wake them up. They're not ready to wake up. They're going to be mad.
Exactly.
So it's like, you got to give people time.
Yeah.
And that goes into what you said the night of your event. You said that you had to realize that your parents was themselves before they became your parents. And that hit me, because it was a moment in my life where I feel like my parents should have did this. You should act this way. I expect this from you.
Yeah.
But they was their own person before they was my parents.
Yeah.
So it's like, I had to realize I don't own them. They're their own person.
Yeah. And we have so much ownership over people, especially when we see people that, like, new parents, you know, of allowing their kids to be individuals. And people are like, why would you let your child do that? Why would you let them do this? Yeah, there are certain things a child should not do. However, let them be who they are. Let them explore. Let them get a sense of individuality, because when they get older, if they don't have that solid sense of who they are, then the world is going to try to tell them who to be.
Yes, that's right.
Hence, what I'm healing from.
No, for real. So, I mean, I feel a lot of us have walked around feeling like we had to be what other people have told us we should be.
Yeah.
So I feel healing is like breaking out of all what somebody else said you should be.
Yeah.
So going into ancestors and going into generational cycles, what is one generational cycle you have realized on your healing journey that you may have or your family may have?
The generational cycle, hyper independence.
Okay.
I feel like I grew up, and this was before I even started dating, because I didn't start dating until after I graduated high school.
Okay.
But one thing I was always told, you don't let a man do anything for you.
Mm-hmm.
You always have everything in your name. Don't let a man have anything in his name, because if he has it in his name and he doesn't like what you're doing, he's gonna put you out. And so, and even then, like in middle school, I remember I was like a little Cinderella in that house, cleaning everything, just doing the most. And I remember the neighbor at the time, she made a comment to the man on my birth certificate, because he's not my biological father.
Okay.
But she made a comment to him like, oh, you're going to be a good housewife. And he was all like, she ain't going to be no housewife.
Right.
She's going to be independent. But it pushed me to the point to where I didn't ask no one for help. I carried everything on my own, as well as taking things off of other people's plate. But then when I got with a man, when I finally got in relationships, I took care of everything.
Right.
Houses in my name, bills in my name, cars in my name. I'm putting food in the refrigerator. I'm paying all the bills by myself. Because they was like, don't let a man do nothing.
Right.
And then it got to a point to where, all right, so now when I'm out in the world and attempting to date, I won't let him pay for me to eat.
Oh.
I won't let him touch the door.
Okay.
Like, you can't do nothing for me, you know. And it began to make me very harsh. Because then I'm looking at a man as like,
what can you do?
Yeah, it's like, because then it gets to a point to like, damn, you're not doing nothing.
Yeah.
Like, I'm working 2 jobs.
Yeah.
And I'm coming home, I'm cooking, I'm washing your jobs, my jobs, I'm cleaning the house, I'm bathing the dog, feeding the dog, walking the dog. I don't have no time for myself. And you chilling because you got it made.
Right.
Because you ain't got to do nothing.
Right.
Because I won't let you do nothing, because I won't let you hold that over my head that you did something for me. And so that was the biggest thing that I had to break. And it's different because I'm like, it's foreign territory. Because I'm still like, you wanna buy this for me? You sure?
Right.
I ain't saying you ain't got money to buy me a McDonald's meal. But you sure you got it? Like,
right.
You know, like, and I've had this like what? And so it made me fearful of sense, because it's like, this is so weird. Like, so you mean you want to do this and you're not going to ask me for anything? You just want to be around me? You just ask for some time and attention? Oh, okay. And that, again, triggered me to work on the feminine energy.
Right. Because
the feminine energy, and this is also part of the law of reciprocity, which is the law of one of the laws of the universe, is the giving and receiving. It's a disbalance. It's an imbalance. If you're constantly giving and never receiving. If you're always rejecting things they're trying to give to you, ultimately, you're going to stop receiving, and you're going to have to work for everything. And so that triggered me to start working on that feminine aspect of me, and like, really, what is it? How do I embody that? And again, came from prayer.
Right.
Praying to Yemaya, praying to Oshun, praying to Virgin of Guadalupe, right? These feminine deities, and also my ego, my ancestors, help me to embody my femininity. Because everyone has an idea of what femininity looks like, when really it's just about being able to receive.
Right.
It is really, it's like you have to have that balance. And even then, when I listen to other people talk about femininity, they take it as a sense of like being submissive. And that's not,
it's more to it.
Yeah, it's not about you just laying there taking whatever is given to you.
Right.
And as a touch on, I was like, feminine also leads, but she leads in a different way.
I like that you said that, because when we talk about lions, the female lion is the one that goes out and makes sure the food comes.
Yeah.
So when we talk about being feminine, we think being feminine is just sitting down, not doing anything. Of course, it's about receiving, but it's not having movement, not having progress.
Yeah.
So
It's literally flowing.
yes.
Literally flowing in and just letting light take, because again, a prime example of when looking at the river, a flowing river, it is constantly in motion.
Yes.
It is receiving, but it's constant, and then it's going with all the twists and turns. It's not trying to, oh, this boulder's in my way, I'm about to go through it. It's all about this flow. This flow. You know, just receive, and then everything around it, receive the nourishment of it. Because water is also a feminine energy.
Right.
And it's like you gotta be in the flow.
Yeah.
If you're not flowing, you are imbalanced. That's where stagnation comes.
Yes.
And it's a whole issue, because the stagnant water brings disease.
Yeah.
You know? So,
Yeah.
So it's like, but yeah, embracing your femininity, it look different for everybody.
Yes.
You know, it's not always sexual. It's not always, it is sensual, but it's not sexual.
Because it's a difference.
Yeah.
It's a difference between, I like something, I think Erica Badu has said something about, I have multiple portals.
Yeah.
My portal is my mind and my womb.
Yeah.
So I heard my godmother said something one day to someone, stop letting people in your womb. And when she said that, the woman said, well, I haven't been sexual with that person. She said, I'm in your mind.
Yeah.
So when we talk about having, not just being sexual, because it's more than being sexual, because sexual is more, I feel, of a root chakra energy, and being sexual is more of a crown chakra energy. So I feel in today's society, a lot of the time we get that confused about what really is feminine.
Yeah, because everyone thinks it's all about dressing girly and that's being feminine. That's not. Anyone can put on a dress.
Exactly.
That don't make you feminine.
Exactly.
You know, being feminine, it is slowing down. You know, masculine is all about motion.
Yes.
Fire.
Yes.
That constant, that movement is different than the movement of water.
Yes.
The sun is very masculine. The moon is very feminine.
Yes.
You know, it's, when we think of softness, we think of, and it's like, no.
You don't have to be that way. You don't have to be that one way how people view being feminine.
Yeah, because I always say molasses and honey are both medicine. But they got two completely different tastes.
And they both move differently.
They both move differently. And so it's the same thing like with femininity. It looks different, just like masculinity looks different. Like, yeah, there's fundamentals to it, but as far as how a person embodies it, it's different.
It's different. Everybody's different.
You know?
Yes.
We dress it up differently.
Yes.
You know, so that was what the generational trauma has pushed me to start working on that femininity.
Okay. Going back into the ancestors, how have your ancestors been able to give you the strength and the guidance within your own life to be able to, they gave you the torch in a way, because they said, I want to choose Adam. I want to choose Adam to do the healing. I want to choose Adam to heal all these generational curses. How does that feel, and how have they gave you the strength on your journey to do that?
They give me the strength by constantly reminding me that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. That's the because it has definitely been a road, and I always wonder if what I'm doing is good work, if it's making an impact, because a lot of people don't tell you these things.
Of course.
And so I'm always like left wondering, but when I get the confirmation in dreams, or just another person telling me, even a stranger that don't know from a can of paint, that never heard of me, and just look at me and say these things, like, spirit sent you. Okay. As far as how I feel about it, I'm excited about it. I'm happy about it. I sit here, of course there's always a little bit of fear that comes into play, but I'm working on completely tossing out fear to the wind.
Right.
But it's like, it's almost like, for example, when you look at a child and be like, you're gonna be a big star. You be like, what? Like, what are you talking about? How? What am I gonna, can you show me how? Like, why do you feel like that? Why looking at me? And so that's how I kind of like, when spirit and came up and like plenty of readings, it's like, really? Like me? Little old me?
Right.
I'm pretty sure that's how Jesus felt. He was like, but Jesus walked around like he had a mink coat on. And they playing, I be feeling like the man when I walk through.
See, and that is a whole nother story, because I feel a lot of people misinterpret what exactly the message was behind the energy he played.
Yeah.
A lot of people feel, I would just say, I came from religion and I really never just got in touch with the Bible, but what I've heard, what I've seen, and what I felt is he was supposed to be an example of the power you have within you.
Yeah.
Not, oh, you have the power and I don't have the power. No, you have that same power.
Exactly.
So when you talk about how me?
Yeah, like, huh?
Yes,
I'm
you
gonna do this?
Yes.
How?
Yes.
How did you ordain me? What qualifications? And again, it was going back to scripture of them talking about we sit here and worry about all these certifications, but it's like God ain't worried about that. God's like, you got it. It's natural, because even like why do I need white man paperwork? Because our ancestors, we have ancestors that were shamans, that were healing things that science today is trying to figure out how did they do that.
Yeah.
They didn't have no PhD. They didn't go to school for that, right? It was ancestral wisdom and just astral technology, or supreme intelligence that was teaching us these things and showing us these things. And so I always have to remind myself not to question myself. So I feel like if I question the ancestors and they telling me, oh, this is what you're supposed to be doing, I'm more so questioning my own gifts, my own power.
Oh, I love that.
Like,
I love that.
and I'm like, I don't want to disrespect God and my ancestors by saying like, well, how is this gonna happen? What am I gonna do? It's like, you got it in you. It's in you.
It's not on you.
It's in you. Talk about in it.
In you. No, for real.
You know?
For real, I can agree with that, because I remember being, I think a couple years ago, me having a dream, and an ancestor came to me telling me, you're different. You're not supposed to be like everybody. You're unique. And saying that you're supposed to be doing something different.
Yeah.
And I felt from a young age that it was something different about me, having premonitions, having visions at a young age. So, you know, growing up in certain environments, you may think, how is that even possible?
Yeah.
How is the person that went through all this even able to have these gifts, or even able to say that you have this authority to even be able to give this type of healing energy out, or be able to bring a change to the world?
Yeah, and that was the thing, because it comes down to vision. I used to share things with people that I wanted to do, and things that I just felt in my spirit and I felt in my heart, and people like will make faces and be like, how? They're like, that's crazy. Don't do that. You shouldn't do that. And I'm like, and I would listen to it because it's like, you're right. I don't know what I was thinking. That's like you slapping spirit in the face.
Yes.
You know, because you got people telling you, you got spirit telling you, you gonna be this, you gonna do this, you gonna do this. But of course, you always gonna have someone who likes vision
Of course.
telling you, no, that's too big. That like, I remember A previous God sibling of mine. Again, I've always been big on doing stuff for the community and doing things for the ancestors. And she don't know me. She don't know what I've done. She don't know what I know. She sees me as someone who is new into spirituality. It's like, baby, I've been around for a while, but I ain't gonna tell you that.
Right.
And I told her how I wanted to do things in ancestral spaces. I wanted to do places at the Devil's Punch Bowl. I wanted to do things at Lake Lanier. I wanted to go all to these places where tragedy has happened.
Right.
And do something there. I was like, because Spirit is telling me to go to these places. Again, I don't know how I'm going to do it. I don't know when. I don't know. But Spirit obviously is telling me to go to these places because I apparently have a heavy connection with the ancestors and bringing that light to them. She's like, oh no, you should train a little bit. You should wait. You can't do that by yourself. I was like, I wasn't going to do it by myself. I was going to have a community there. But you telling me that I should wait 5 years and try to learn from someone. To assist me with working with ancestors. I've been working with the dead for a minute.
For a long time.
Going to the cemetery. Them spirits is loving me up in there.
Right.
And so you telling me I can't do something because you don't see it, and you trying to tell me the vision that my ancestors gave me. I'm really laying down. In my dream, I'm laying down looking up, like I'm looking at the sky, and I just see all these faces surrounded me, and they all wearing white. And you telling me that vision that I had was incorrect. You telling me when I went to go divine and ask Spirit if this is what I should do, they're telling me yes. You're telling me that it's wrong, that I should wait 5 years to. Those spirits need to be lifted. They need to be elevated.
Right.
Who else is going to do it if not everyone, not their descendants, or is working with them and elevating them?
And I feel, what was you about to say?
But I'm wrong.
And I feel that goes back into you feeling like you don't have the right, what you said, certificates, or you feel like you don't have the right experience, or you didn't get taught, which we know that you've been doing this work. So it's like, who are you to say I shouldn't do that?
Yeah.
What feels right to me may not feel right to you. So I'll say when things happen like that and your spirit is telling you to do it because only you know what's right.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, because everything is about community, and I've always asked Spirit to confirm that. And again, I go see a Tata in Palo Mayombe. Ancestors say you doing what you're supposed to do and keep doing it.
Confirmation.
And I'm like, that's all I need to hear because no one else has told me that Spirit was saying that. Everyone made it seem like I was crazy for trying to do this stuff and that I was wasting my time trying to pour into people and help people, especially doing it in a way that ain't bringing me no money. Like,
but talking about the money, on this journey, we know that it's not about the money. It's more than the money. And that's why I said being on this healing journey and tapping into different aspects of yourself it goes beyond money. The feeling, the emotion, the connections, the things that you remember, all these things is deeper than money. Of course, I want to be, I want to give and receive. I want to be able to, if I'm giving you my energy, for you to be able to give me something in return. But it's not just about the money. And I feel in this community, a lot of the times people feel like they should not pay for things. Things should be free.
And that's, again, the law of reciprocity. Of something has to be given. Something's always given in order to receive. And there has to be a balance, because if you're constantly giving to someone and you ain't received nothing from that person, you're going to feel like you're being used.
Exactly.
And then ultimately that relationship going to come to an end. There's going to be some resentment that is there that could have been avoided. And one thing my mom told me years ago was not to do things for money. Allow people to give what they can give.
Yes.
Because there's also, that is a thing, and it's still practice, but more so with like elders. Elders not in part of a specific tradition, but if you only have a bag of grapes to give me, I'll take the grapes.
Right.
I like grapes.
No, for real.
You know, and even though like with the nonprofit, yeah, some stuff it don't have a price. Some stuff is just donation based. And I always say, if you can't donate money, bring somebody with you. Bring somebody with you. We need this space to be filled up.
Yes.
Bring some sodas. Bring a bag of chips.
Yes.
Bring some flowers to put at the altar. It don't matter, even with events that are ticketed. If you don't have the money but you want to come, we can figure something out.
Yes.
You know, volunteer work is always great.
For real.
You know, you want to put in some elbow grease. I'm telling you, you want to put in, because I be putting some elbow grease. But it's like, the whole thing is to help people. And a lot of people, again, with money, people are very hesitant to spending money on things because of past experiences being scammed.
Yes.
Why would I spend all this money? I don't know what I'm getting. I'm new to this. I don't know if I'm, you know, and so that's the whole thing of like, you gotta get people interested and excited about these things.
Right.
And charging money all the time, it's like, yeah, you may have people that's just gonna pay whatever. There are people that pay whatever, but then you have people that really want the help, but they can't afford it. You know, they live in paycheck to paycheck.
Right.
But they want the help. And who are we to deny them, especially if your gifts are supposed to be used to help others?
Exactly.
Spirit will always provide.
Yes.
You know, but don't turn, and that's what you're seeing in the spirit community of a lot of people having issues with people who's not in the spiritual community or just new to spirituality or want information. Everything costs so much.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, yeah, because some people, they're making this their living, and while you can live off of it, there's plenty of practitioners, especially in the old days, that have lived off of it. But now people are wanting G-Wagons and fancy houses.
And see?
And it's like, all right, we ain't gonna say that pastor that's here, but
that also goes into, I believe it's two sides. I believe it's the side of people not being able to maybe afford certain things pertaining to healing. Then I think it's the other side. You mentioned G-Wagons, but I feel we live in a society also that people will want to invest in other things instead of healing. So I believe it's both ways.
yeah,
I believe, of course, everything shouldn't cost an arm and a leg, but I also believe in a give and receive. And I also believe in some people don't want to invest in their healing. Some people don't feel like their healing is even important enough to invest in.
I feel like that, but I also feel like people feel like that as well, because when we think of healing, we think of therapy. And anything can be therapy. This conversation's therapy. But a lot of people think of it as like, oh, they're going to want me to talk about what happened to me when I was 10.
Right.
Or I don't feel like crying amongst a whole bunch of people that I don't know. And I don't want to be in a circle singing Kumbaya, you know? And it's like, healing can take many forms.
Yes.
And I think it comes with your ministry. You have to be able to reach people and talk to them in a language they understand.
Yes.
And again, there are so many ways to doing this work. I feel like a lot of healers tend to be very forceful with it. And not really approaching healing with compassion and understanding. Because they're trying to rush people to heal. You know, like with healing from sexual trauma, I have people try to force me to do things. It's like, that's going to make me more traumatized than the damn trauma.
Oh, no.
You know? And so it's like, you got to know who you're talking to.
Yes.
You got to be able to adapt.
Mm-hmm.
You got to make people feel safe. And you can't be forceful.
That's right.
Ain't nothing safe about force.
No, it's not.
You know?
I believe that when something is for you, especially on your healing journey, you're going to feel comfortable.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying you're going to feel comfortable healing, because the healing process is not comfortable. It's very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But you're going to feel safe with that person. You're going to feel good. Your spirit is going to feel good with that person.
Exactly.
So it's all about, how do you feel? Do that person feel trustworthy? Do you feel like if you wanted to tell and be vulnerable to that person, could you tell that person that?
Yeah.
So when it comes to having compassion, I feel a lot of people unknowingly may force certain things, and they think they're being helpful, which it may be coming from a good spot, which I recently heard. Which level is your passion on?
Yeah.
Is it from a forceful, or is it from, this is my passion, this is my fire, but I'm gonna do it in a different way?
Yeah.
So I can understand that.
Yeah. And that's the thing of, again, letting spirit guide. Because again, people gonna come when they ready.
Yes.
You know, when we look at churches, you got some churches that's jam packed. You got some that got the same 15 that been there for 20 years.
Yeah, for
right?
real.
But then out of nowhere, the people will come, you know. And it's just all about you being out there as well. You got to be able to speak their language. And, you know, referring back to Jesus, when they talk about Jesus was amongst the thieves, the pimps and the hoes.
Yeah.
He spoke their language.
Yeah.
And he didn't try to force them.
And not judge.
And he did not judge. And that's the thing of, the spiritual community can be quite judgmental.
Yes.
And again, at the end of the day, we are all human. And it is okay to indulge in mundane things. It's about finding a balance.
Yes.
You know, I used to always tell people, I don't want to talk about spirituality all the time. I live it. I want to enjoy just life. I want to
have fun.
Yeah, I want to have fun.
Yeah.
It's like, because we're here to enjoy life.
Yes, this is what we came back to do.
You know, and this is supposed to be that damn vacation.
Yes.
You know, but we out here stressed and overly judging and trying to force people to do things that we want them to do.
Yes.
And that's just not in alignment with them. You know, so.
Yes.
Yeah.
Talking about the judgment, I feel in a way a lot of that came from religion.
Yeah.
You know, it's easy for you to be doing something and you say, you supposed to be doing this too.
Yeah.
And because you're not doing this, I'm going to judge you, or I'm going to feel some type of way. But knowing that you have to do it on you first. You have to shift how you're thinking. You have to heal first before you can sit here and say what somebody else should be doing.
Yeah. Because the thing is, a lot of people are always going to feel like someone else can do better. That they should always do more. It don't matter. That person don't want to do it.
Yeah.
You know, I remember I went to the art museum and I made a comment about Picasso. And I was like, my 3-year-old nephew can do this. And the man laughed. This man who was just walking, he laughed. And he was like, you have to remember that when Picasso around, this was the creme de la creme. They've never seen that before. You know, so things is always advancing and time has changed. Because could you imagine if they see the realism in the art these days? They probably say that person's a witch.
No, for real.
You know?
For real.
But that's not to say we can't appreciate both. Like we can't appreciate the Picasso. We can't appreciate the new artist that is here today.
That's right.
And I think that with healing, when we look at someone and we want them to do something, we also have to look at ourselves because that's a character flaw. And we have to figure out where it stemmed from.
I feel it's controlling in a way.
It's controlling. And where did we learn that from?
You
know, we learned it from
real.
our parents, and that's
for
a
real.
generational trauma.
It is.
We're continuing on these things that was forced upon us, you know, because I feel like, because again, when I was at a daycare, you got kids that hit, you got kids that don't hit. That's a lot of times to learn behavior, you know, and they grow up, and like when we grow up, I will whip my kids because I got whipped. And that cycle continues.
Pass it on.
And so now gentle parenting is the thing, which has always been a thing. I think now we just have a name on it. But now it's like when we see someone pop their kids, we're like, ooh,
right.
Oh my goodness, abuse.
Right.
And then when we see someone gentle parenting, oh my gosh, you have no control over your child. It's just like, bro.
Either way.
Either way. And that just goes to the thing, you can't please everybody.
You can't.
You can't. All you can do is do what's best for you.
You can't.
You know.
I feel we're in a place in life where a lot of people are starting to awaken to their true self and remember soul remembrance. And I feel we all have the codes to remember, but it's up to us to tap in.
Yeah.
So when did, how did your remembrance cut on? Your remembrance as in, I'm not just Adam. I'm more than Adam. I'm not just my body.
That started in elementary school.
For real?
That started in elementary school.
Wow.
I would have these big feelings and just envision all these big things. And I just knew as a kid, I was like, I'm going to be a star. I'm going to be big. And I was like, I'm a witch. Like I was doing that in elementary school. And I just had this big old light. And just, if you think I'm like childish now, I was something back then, like just complete childlike. And then, of course, I wanted things right then and there. So as time happened, it's like, oh, it's not happening, but I saw this for myself. Again, not seeing nothing. Oh, is that really what I'm supposed to be doing? What am I supposed to be doing?
Right.
And it really was like, when I started getting messages from other people, like strangers coming to tell me things, it was like, okay, so you see it. I wasn't tripping. Then I started asking, please help me, like help me understand what I'm supposed to be doing. And it really made me remember, like, what you saw as a kid is what is going to happen. But you need to go through these things first before you get to that point, because all of that is why you are up. Yes. And so I think that remembrance really hit this year because, you know, you begin to lose a little bit of like faith and hope that these things that you see for yourself, even though I will give people, and I will always deliver the message of, you know what you're supposed to do. You have this feeling, you are being drawn to this for a reason.
That's right.
You know what you're supposed to do. And this really spirit was giving me that message too. Like, you know what you're supposed to do. Right. You'll get there when it's time. Don't stop walking.
Right. Yeah. And that, I feel with that, from a young age, I remember, like I said, I had premonitions and things. And like my older brother, he didn't know, but he used to tell me, "You don't say that, they gonna think you crazy, they gonna put you in a crazy home." But it was always something I knew it was different. I knew I came back to do something. And I feel, you know, if you're not in an environment that actually adds to that, or I'm gonna say mold that, you can suppress that, or you can forget about it. And I feel we go through different stages or events in our lives that make us remember, like awakening, like. And like I said recently, your death experience had to happen for me to remember. For me to remember my contract before I came down here. So I believe what you said is true. You had to go through all these things for you to remember. You had to experience what you had to experience for you to be the person that you are today.
And that's a process on its own, because it's like, I could stop. I could enjoy this. You know, am I gonna be fully happy with it? Probably not. But it's like, no, just keep going. You're almost there. That last leg is always the hardest but most rewarding. All you gotta do is put your all into it. We start off strong.
Yeah.
You know, that's what they say. You start strong, finish strong.
Always.
And that's the thing. That last leg, you didn't use all that energy in the beginning. You need to pull something.
Yeah.
Pull it straight out your butt. Pull all of it out and get to it.
No, for real. I feel like through life, I feel like what we talked about earlier about who am I to be the person to do all these great things. I feel like we have it in us. Like I heard a video a couple years ago. My spirit had to be cocky for you to come down here and experience all these things and know that you're gonna get through it.
Yeah, and that's the thing too of the comparison, because typically we'll see someone doing something that we want to do, we're aspiring to, and it's like, oh, it's that whole thing like ain't enough room, ain't enough. They got all of the people. How am I gonna do that? And I remember someone making the remark of like, when you go down the bread aisle, how many different brands are there?
A lot.
They still get bought.
Dude.
They still in business.
That's right.
You know what? Everybody will have their own space, right? We got so many doctors out here, so many lawyers, so many teachers. Everyone has something special about them, and people are gonna go to who they feel resonates the most with them or can help them the most. So that removing that whole thing of like, oh well, are people gonna show up? Are people? This person's doing it. They've been doing it for a while. Why would people want to come to me? So it's like, don't worry about that.
Yeah. Well, living in the world of comparison is easy to be able to see somebody doing something and you wanting to do that, and you feeling like you're not at that space in life.
Yeah.
I feel your event was a life-changing event. It may not seem that way to you, but I feel I've shifted. I feel I've shifted multiple times, and I also feel like I done had multiple ego deaths since then.
Yeah.
I believe that everybody there gave me a seed, and it shifted my perspectives in some type of way. And I remember going to a networking event in July, and him saying, I have these events every month, and it's up to you if you're going to get something out of this. So I did not want to come into your space without putting something in. It's not just about what you can receive, but what can you add? Because we are all valuable. We all add something. We all are important. So you knowing that your presence means something. So I'm grateful for your space. It's not a lot of places I go I feel safe. But also knowing that safeness comes from within. Knowing that everywhere you go, your spirit is guiding you, no matter what. Even the places you feel like, why the fuck how did I even get here? How did I get here? It's like you're guided there for a reason.
And that was the thing. I had someone mention, she said that same thing at the end of it. She felt a great sense of peace the moment she entered those gates into the space. She was like, something just came over her where she felt that peace and she felt safe. And I was like, okay, good, because I sure did have the altar set up. I sure was working with people's ancestors up in here so we can all get this healing work.
For real.
You know, so.
Feeling like we have an opportunity to be able to express ourselves and feel comfortable around people, and some people we may not know, but just to have that outlet, just to know that you have somewhere to go and people care. And doing it scared. I'm learning to do it scared. Do it while my voice shakes. Do it while I have fear, because on the other side of that, it's me. It's me. So I'm grateful for your space. I will be coming to multiple events in the future. Talking about your events. So go into a little bit about your events and where can the people find you?
So there's several events. I started off with the Women's Circle. It was great. A lot of women showed up. It was a lot of tears. I don't know where the tears came from.
It's okay.
But they was coming. But then I started getting notifications from men that would talk to me about healing. They want to heal, this and a third. And I was like, well, I can't do just a man space. I ain't no man.
Exactly.
I can have a man in there, but I'll just be there listening. And then it was like, okay, let's do something for the whole community. Let's put it out. So Cultivate is that space where individual healing and growth and development takes place while we are building community. Because that is the biggest complaint I hear all the time within the Black and brown community, is that we have no community. People do not show up for each other. People do not support one another.
Yes.
And it's like, we'll show up to like a bar. We'll show up to a club.
Yep.
Okay, well, let's really work through some deep rooted trauma, because a lot of people still ain't going to therapy.
That's true.
But so let's have community where people can actually have conversations and get perspectives and really not point the finger at one another, but find some common ground to work together. Because I feel like that is necessary for the longevity of our community. So that is where Cultivate comes into play. Then there's other events like the Yin Yoga. Yoga is for everyone. A lot of people are scared of yoga because they feel like you have to be oh so flexible.
No.
And you don't. There's different types of yoga. I teach Yin Yoga, which is a lot slower. It's very meditative, and it's yin. So it's very slow, very just breathing and allowing your body to guide you in that. Like the way, the amount, if you think you're connected to your body now, wait until Yin Yoga. You're going to feel really connected and begin to listen to what your body is telling you, which ultimately will help you spiritually as well. Because your body's a temple. Spirit is always communicating with you. Your body is always communicating with you. We just ignore the cues. So that is going to be every third Saturday. No, I think it'll be fourth Saturday of the month.
Okay, so is one coming up this month?
October.
So
October will be the first one. I want to say it's October 25th. Cultivate is every second Saturday of the month. There's also the first annual event formulated around Juju Juice. Called Drop It in the Fire.
What is Juju Juice?
So Juju Juice is my Ave Camino in a bottle. It is a road opener. That baby gonna open the way. That baby gonna literally clear some things out the way too. Like whatever is not serving you, whatever is in the way of what you want, what you're supposed to be doing, it's literally going to clear it out of the way. There's a lot of success stories with Juju Juice. I have my own personal one. I've been making it since before Casa de Aguas Dulces. This is when my store was known as Divine Priestess Craft Shop. Juju Juice, 3 months before Casa de Aguas Dulces. And I've just been making it for the past 4 years. And baby do good. She tastes good. She tastes different for everybody, which is what makes it even more special.
That's good.
Everyone's like, oh, this tastes like this to me. This tastes like this to me. And it also will kind of tell you the medicine that you need to receive based on how it tastes to you.
I like
so,
that.
very interesting. It's very magical.
I like that.
But yeah, Drop It in the Fire is a space to release. It's during the fall equinox. Which is a time where typically we're starting to slow down. We're seeing the transformation and changes, so you gotta release. You gotta let go. So Drop in the Fire is literally us dropping things in the fire. If you got old journals, diaries, you need to drop in the fire, release all of that and let it go for good. You got any prayers, anything you want to manifest, drop it in the fire and let it do the work for you. Everyone gets a smoke cleanse that enters. Everyone gets a bottle of Juju Juice. Just again, community and working and tapping into that ancestral magic that we all have. Then we have all about Las Flores, which is all about flowers. Working with the magic of flowers, whether it is your daily ritual, spiritual baths, making charms, incorporating it in your meals, and embody, like getting that essence, the spirit to help you with your spiritual needs, whether that's money, whether that's healing, whether that's peace, whatever the case may be. So that's going to be a physical class and also a virtual class.
That sounds good.
What else we got?
That sounds good.
It's a lot.
Speaking of though,
Yeah.
tell them what fire does.
Okay. Fire is a beautiful thing. However, you gotta be mindful with fire. Fire can definitely clear the path.
Yes.
But fire can also burn down this world if you're not careful. Fire is a masculine energy. It is purification.
Yes.
It is movement. It is a way to release things. It's a way to call in things like moth to a flame, right? You can attract things with it.
Sure.
Fire is used in a lot of kudindisimo, like a lot of native healing traditions, because you use it to cleanse yourself.
Yes.
Certain traditions, you'll light a fire pit and you will jump over that fire, leaving behind and burning behind what no longer serves you. So fire is its own spirit.
Yes.
It is a spirit that is very old and ancient.
Yes.
In the kudindisimo line and also native tradition, fire is a grandfather energy. You know, fire shares a lot of wisdom and knowledge. When you're going on your shroom trip, or matter of fact, you don't even have to go on a shroom trip. Just sit and look at fire.
Yes.
Watch it dance, watch it move, center your focus on it, and you're going to get messages. So fire is a beautiful thing that a lot of us take for granted and or ignore. You know, when we think of fire, we think of a candle. Like, oh, I'm going to manifest. But it's like, fire should be respected as well.
Yes.
When you build that relationship with fire, it can do a lot of things for you. You also have to be very mindful with working with fire, literally and figuratively. We don't want to burn the house down.
Yes, for real.
Fire can also be that representation of you cannot necessarily like tame your emotions, how you risk burning everything around you and losing it all. How it also shows you that if you try to really contain fire, you end up extinguishing it and losing it. So it's having that balance with it. To have fire, you have to have air. You can't start fire without it, but also too much can't
take it out.
So it's all about this balance. It's all about finding harmony amongst just life and people in itself. So,
Okay. And a few more questions before we go.
Okay.
How have you found treasure in your healing?
I began to fully love myself and love life even more. It has brought me to a place of I don't care what you have to say. That's not going to change how I feel about myself, and that's a you problem. It's really like everything that a person may say to you is not really directed to you. And healing will help you realize that. A lot of people got a lot of opinions. A lot of people like to project a lot, but that ain't got nothing to do with you. And when you heal, you can begin to recognize that they ain't talking to me, but I'm going to let them get it out.
Yeah.
So the way they can hear themselves and realize they need to take that up with themselves in the mirror.
Yes.
So healing has done that. It's helped me be more appreciative of myself and just of life in general. Helped me be more appreciative of the people that I come across, whether I've had a good experience or a bad experience or in between. That again, it's all for my betterment if I allow it to be.
I see. What is 3 things you would tell your 10-year-old self?
Ooh, what was I doing that to? Oh my God. Trust yourself. And it sounds so cliche, but I would hear people like, trust yourself. I'm like, shut the fuck up. But no, literally, Trust yourself. A lot of people made me question myself. A lot of people made me question my intuition. A lot of people made me question what I knew was best for me. A lot of people made me question, well, damn, am I good enough? Like, is everyone else lying to me? Am I lying to myself? To trust myself. Go with whatever I am feeling. Do not allow anyone to convince me to do anything otherwise. Trust myself. Trust that Spirit got me, because they always did and always do and will. But ultimately to trust myself.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
What is one thing you would tell your present self right now?
Keep going.
I see.
Keep going. Keep going with healing. Keep going with going after my dreams, my goals. Continue to be ambitious, which is another thing I should tell my teen-year-olds of. Don't let people make me feel like I'm being overly ambitious. Right? That I should dream small.
No.
And so I'm telling my present self to keep going, because my future self is looking like we done did it, we made it.
We there, we're here.
Like, and that's something I tell myself every day, of things that I want for myself. And again, it's a work in progress of, oh, I'm gonna have that. No, I have it. It's here right now. I have it.
Yeah.
It's here. It's in my orbit.
Yes.
All I gotta do is keep walking, and I'm gonna receive it. That tree is here.
It's here.
I just need to walk over to it and get it.
Yeah.
So that's what I tell myself, is to keep going.
I say. And any last words of encouragement or advice you would give someone that is on their healing journey or wants to start their healing journey?
In the great words of Bernie Mac and House Party. Fuck them! Literally, like, it's so funny when you listen to, because you can get a lot of wisdom from old people and children.
Of course.
Children don't give a fuck.
They don't. They're very blunt.
Yo.
They're very blunt. They don't care.
Children do not care.
They don't care.
About nothing.
They don't care.
Old people.
They don't care.
They don't care. It's that in between.
But you're closer to the astral realm. I feel kids and older people.
Yes. Literally. Don't care. Don't care about what people have to say. Everyone has opinions. And people are temporary. There are so many people that have came and gone into my life that have told me what I should be. They are not here today. So why listen to that?
Yeah.
Again, trust yourself. Whatever you are feeling, if you have this constant vision, this burning desire in your heart, you have that for a reason, because not only is your ancestors telling you, God telling you, but your higher self is telling you that is what you're supposed to be doing. You may not fully like be in the right avenue, but you are definitely in the neighborhood. Like what I told you earlier, I always wanted a nonprofit.
Yeah.
But my nonprofit, originally what I wanted to do was direct towards helping the homeless. That's still helping the community.
Yeah.
But it's a completely different avenue than how I'm helping people spiritually, emotionally, mentally. But nonetheless, I was in the whole neighborhood of nonprofit and wanting to help people. So it's like, explore, allow Spirit to guide you, and really trust yourself. The way to trust yourself too is not tell people what you got going on.
Yes.
Because they like that womb, they're planting that seed of doubt.
Right.
And it's really, they just there to stand in your way. Don't let people stand in your way.
Yeah. And I feel like that's a test itself though. When you're on your journey and you're healing and you're becoming someone new or remembering who you are, it's a test when certain people try to plant certain seeds in your mind. So it's up to you to see if I'm going to keep going, or if I'm going to let this person be the reason why I stop.
Yeah, and that's one thing too that I've learned, is that some people are literally here to try and stop you.
Yes.
From your destiny, from your purpose in life.
Yes.
You have people, and I say this too, of not everyone that is over joyous has your best interest.
Yes.
It's the one, because I've always been told, again, I'm very harsh with my words. I come off, even though I'm nice, what I say can sound very mean, but I mean it with the greatest intent.
Of course.
And a lot of people will always steer away from that and go to the person that was always like milk and honey.
Okay.
Like, that person trying to steal from you. They are scammers. But you don't want to listen to me because I'm like, I am a little bit more aggressive in my tones. So I'm trying to shake you up and wake you up.
Right.
And so, yeah. So not everyone that is literally extending that helping hand is trying to help you.
Yeah.
You got some people, it's a tough love thing. A child falls down, you need to pick them up, but every time they fall, they expect someone to pick them up.
That's true.
One day you have to literally look at them. Get up, stand up, get back on that bike, and ride. And it's not to hurt you, but it's to show you that you have that power in yourself. You don't need the help of everyone.
That's right.
You also don't want to accept help from everyone. Some just strings.
Yeah. And that goes back to having discernment with yourself and knowing your voice, knowing this is me talking, this is coming from internally. I'm hearing this internally, I'm feeling this internally. So I love that you always go back to, what do you feel? How are you feeling? Because I'm all about, you are your best teacher.
Yeah.
I believe that we have thousands of people on earth that we come into contact with that can teach us something, but in reality, who's to say that I am not a part of that playing out? I told that person to test me in this way, and that's teaching me in this way. So in a way, we always are teaching ourselves.
Yeah, always. You should learn something new every day. That's what I was told. I used to hate that saying in middle school. Every day you should learn something new.
For real.
Whether it's about yourself, whether it's about people, or just the world in which you live in.
Yes.
You should be learning something new every single day.
Yeah. It's about elevation. It's about growing.
Exactly.
And having fun doing it too.
Yeah.
Having fun. So before we go, give them where they can follow you, where they can add you at, get your services.
So, you can find me at Divine Priestess on Instagram, on TikTok. Okay? I'm going to spell it.
Yes.
Some people don't know how to spell. And they ain't no shot. I'm just saying. I haven't heard some things.
It's okay.
So it's DIVINEPRIESTESS. Because a lot of people like Divine Princess, Divine Priestess.
Yes,
okay?
Priestess.
The non-profit is Casa de Aguas Dulces, which is CASADEAGUASDULCES. That is how you can find me on there. You can also go to casadeaguasdulces.com to see all of the events